It's the grandson of right thought. Un-American by default. Being un-American by default. Somebody might say, how is that possible? Being in America, but being un-American by default. Slavery. People were enslaved in this nation, were they not? They were enslaved right here on this land. They were lynched, murdered, terrorized, bombed, whipped, enslaved right here in this land. So the descendants of those same people that happened to are un-American by default. Because what was this thing called America built on? Was it not built on bloodshed? What does the scripture say? A house built upon blood shall not stand. So what does that mean for good old America? That was built on blood. Built on tears and sorrow, screams, agony, pain, loss, terror, invasion. You thought that it would just continue to go on and there would be nothing done for that? Is America that naive to believe that you can walk on the same soil that was covered in the blood of my ancestors and that there should be nothing to pay for that? Are you that naive today to believe that these people are just going unseen by the Most High, who you say is the God of all? But this people who were treated that way in this land, just go unnoticed by the Most High? You think that after he's already delivered a nation we read about in the Bible from slavery? So those descendants are un-American by default. Outside of this system. Against it by default, by nature. See, because this system is against nature. It's against the truth. It's built upon lies, fear, and death. That's what built this thing that you all are frolicking along, enjoying. That's what it was built upon. The screams of my ancestors and their death and their pain, their sorrow, their labor, their anguish. And you think that's going to go unnoticed by the Most High Yah. And y'all are wondering why all these changes on the earth and why everything is shutting down, why everything is changing for the worse. You wonder why? You don't think there's recompense for what was done to those people? When it says right there in the scriptures that it shall be recompense, the Most High will revenge Israel. And he will avenge the righteous blood. From Abel, starting with Abel, all the way to Zechariah. All the murders, all of the babies that were cut from their mother's wombs and stumped, to their brains splashed out upon the ground. Y'all thought we just forgot about that, huh? No, it's written in our DNA. It's written in our hearts. We'll never forget that. So we cry unto our Most High Abba Yah, who y'all all want to act like he's yours, when the Most High says, I am the Lord, your God, Israel. Most High's words. And the Most High says, I change not. I am the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. What is Jacob's name changed to? Israel. They've been trying to steal that from you since the beginning. But now that it's back in the rightful hands of the rightful owners. So no, we say no to this system. We are un-American by default. We come here un-American, opposed to your system and opposed to your ways. The true Israel. The rest, they're going to go along with the program. The 2/3, we're not worried about them. Chaff. They're just good for the fire. That's for Satan and his angels. And all you who follow those ways, who seek to kill, steal, and destroy, who have done this to the world, created this thing that we see. Because look, it's very interesting that the rulers of the world want to condemn everybody else for the state of the world. The so-called elite and rulers of this world. But they want to tell everybody else it's their fault for why it isn't thriving and why it isn't growing and why it's falling. You didn't do your part, slave. At the bottom. When 1% of the world has that wealth. And you think that that's the Most High's ways. That's the way the Most High would want it to be. There are a few that are rich and the rest are poor. That is not our nature as a nation, Israel. We're not like that. We seek to share all, to have mutual benefit. If we are a people above all people, thus saith the Most High Yah. Look at the character of this same people. Everybody who's listening to me right now. They fought for civil rights. The people that are above all the people on the rest of the earth fought for their civil rights. You hear that humility of a people? Do y'all hear that, nations? Do y'all hear what I'm saying to you? They fought for equal rights. A people that was above all people upon the face of this earth fought for equal rights with their enemy. The Most High said, I shall send your enemies against you, and they shall put yokes of iron upon your neck. Who put yokes of iron upon your neck, black people? Who did that to you? The Most High says your enemies did that. So what they gonna label you? An enemy? Why? Because you un-American by default. Why? Because this place was built on your back. And on your blood and sweat and your tears. And your hymns and your songs. And they know it's true. And when those same people that y'all beat down like that and destroyed that way, when they rose back up and stood back on their feet, they didn't seek to destroy you. They're not slitting your throats. They're not stabbing you in the back like you did us. When we opened our lands to you. We opened our rivers of water to you. Taught you how to bathe. Taught you how to wash your body properly. Taught you how to make love the right way. Taught you how to make music. Taught you how to read music. Taught you numbers. Taught you language. Taught you civility. Proper behavior. Taught you Torah. Because it was only given to Israel. So where did the world get this behavior that they have? Not stealing, not killing, loving thy neighbor. Where does the world get that from? If it was not given to Israel, then who was it given to? I ask all of you nations right now. Who was the Torah given to? The same people that you destroyed. The same people that you still beating down right now. The same people that you still hate. The same people you still murder in the street. The same people you still slander their name. The same people you still lying to. So we un-American by default. We came here un-American. Abba sent us here. We are a chosen elect generation to bring this thing to his knees and then bring it to the ground and then put the heel on his back of his skull until it pop. And y'all know we at the finish line of this thing. You can feel it in the air. And the elect, we ain't eating, we fasting. Not by choice, by Abba's will. He doing it to us. He changing us. He rising us. He giving us eyes to see, ears to hear, hearts to feel, that bleed true, that speak true doctrine now. No more lies. There's no more fears over here in Israel. The scepter is back in the hand. And all you who are looking at the 3D and looking around to find out what's going on, you're going to miss it. Because you're not looking in here. You denying that. All of y'all. Because Abba's speaking to every last one of you right here in your hearts today, and you just deny that shit. You just, when he checks you about your wickedness, you just deny that shit's there. No. Keep it good. Just going on. Keep going on. Let me focus on somebody else's bullshit today. That's that American shit. focus on everybody else's bullshit, while you hide all your shit that you've done, all the murdering you've done, all the killing you've done, all the wickedness you do, you hide it. So what you think the Most High is going to do? Silawam Yisrael.